Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Sunday, here at MadWorldTarot, and a somewhat grumpy MadWorldTarot today, having not watched the CBS interview, but having read the transcript of it and had a bit of a rant in the reading that I have just done. And so, birthday today, 43rd birthday, allegedly, new moon. So all kinds of new things should be going on in Madame's life, and if ever there was a good time to get that jam rolling out of Mudslide Mansion, now would be the time. I'm going to do a birthday reading for her, a 12-card reading, as I often do, and based on the 12 houses of the zodiac. I'll explain them as I go through them. I don't need to chatter about this, except to say that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion, it is all speculation. I just read energy, and of course there is a disclaimer in the box below, and I think we're almost there. I'm using the Soulless Tarot again, the same tarot deck that I used for the previous reading. Soulless, I don't feel like reaching. I think I chucked it on the floor actually, the box, so I'm not going to climb on the floor and get it, but if you're interested, that is what the deck is called, and I think it's appropriate today given my mood, given Madame's appearance on the CBS documentary that is of course making all kinds of claims again about certain things. Okay, we're a little bit squiffy here. Okay, so 12 cards. It's going to look a bit strange. It should look like a clock face, but when you're trying to film in landscape view, so you can actually see the cards too. Not going. It's a very squished clock, more of a Dali sort of a clock than an actual clock. Do people still have clocks? Okay. There we go. There are the 12 cards. That's her year ahead, and her energy for the year is the 9 of Wands, a signifier for the year, but it's in reverse. Interesting energy. It's very dark energy. It is a dark tarot deck, I have to say. So we're in dark terrain here. I choose them. The energy calls me to do these readings, and so okay. It's the 9 of Wands in reverse is somebody who is on their last legs, but actually falling over. Upright, protected, got your guard up, got your boundaries set, very, very damaged, very wounded, very tired, battered and bruised, but still standing. It's in reverse. That is her energy for the coming 12 months. Somebody who's really struggling to just survive. Maybe she'll meet some of that ideation along the way. I don't know. That was a harsh thing to say. I wouldn't wish it on her. Public face. Page of Wands. You're going to try very hard to be in the news and to put little puff pieces out. What's new about that, you might all shout. The Page of Wands, but it's pretty low key. This isn't the energy of someone that's a mover and shaker, that's a film producer for Netflix, that is a billionaire jam maker. None of that. The Page of Wands is still trying to insert herself into the narrative, send out those little puff pieces. Ooh, Megan sent dog biscuits to Nacho, and Nacho's poor dog now at the vet with terrible indigestion. I'm being snarky, but there it is. So that's her public persona, how people are going to perceive her. Sad to say for us, she's going to be all over the place while she goes into her slow collapse. That's a slow collapse, 9 of Wands in reverse. Maybe not able to withstand some of the hits that keep coming her way. Money. Always, I think, the most interesting question for her, where her heart really lies. Money. What's going on here? We've got the Four of Pentacles. We've got a big fire in the background. But the person in front is still hanging on to their coin. So it's under threat. And it's definitely under threat because the Nine of Wands in reverse. But still hanging grimly on. So hanging grimly on to what little money she has, because Four of Pentacles is not a lot. It's not a treasure chest. It's not the Ten of Pentacles. Hanging grimly on while the flames burn around her. But it doesn't tell me making money. It's not a making money card. It's a hanging on card. And it's not only money that she's hanging on to. The second house is about value, about things that have value for you. And so that would be titles, status, jewelry, prince as a husband, that kind of thing. Hanging on for dear life. Siblings. I think the court case is rumbling on, or Samantha's trying to get it back, back on. Knight of Swords. That would be the conflict around the court case, the lawyers, things like that. Swords always for me are law related because they're about justice and truth and battle. And so, yeah, she's going to be in a state of conflict, it looks like, ongoing with her at least one sibling. So that doesn't bode well. It's not a reconciliation energy. It's not forgive and forget because Dad is 80 and very ill. None of that. And Samantha too is suffering from serious ill health. So still embattled there. Home. How about Mudslide Mansion or wherever home might be? What's going on there? We've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Would like to leave, would like to let it go, possibly sell it to another Russian billionaire, but can't. Upright, it's the card of leaving something sorrowful behind. It's in reverse, and that tells me that she'd like to walk away from it. She'd like to leave, but she can't. She can't offload it. It's not a happy home. It's a place of very bitter memories. Home, wherever home is, as I say, bitter memories, sadness, unexpected sadness, I think that's what's coming through for me. But there it is. Kids, littles, shall we call them the littles? How are the littles going to be in the next year? Her relationship with the littles. Six of Cups in reverse. Oh my. That is a card of childhood. As you can see, there are children on this card. It's the past. It's play. It's fun. It's innocence. It's harmony. It's love. It's in reverse. And I think we all need to take a deep breath and wonder what is going on with those children and hope that they are in safe hands and that they are loved and looked after wherever they are. This tells me that she's completely disengaged from them emotionally, at the very least. Six of Cups in reverse. When they look back at their childhoods, they are not going to see the loving presence of their mother. My opinion. I'm reading energy here. I'm speculating. There are allegedlys all over this reading, as there are allegedlys all over all my readings. That's my cheat sheet that fell on the floor to remind me what the cards mean, in case I forget, in case I go on a rant like I'm going on now. Very, very, very bad energy here. They might not be with her with that Six of Cups in reverse. If they are with her, they're not forming any kind of emotional connection with her. Her day-to-day life, work-life balance, health, anything that the sixth house represents. What's going on here? And we've got the World. As I say, the kids, if they are there, aren't going to see her because her day-to-day life is she's going to be out and about, constantly out and about in public. And I said that with that Page of Wands. We're going to see her every day, hear about her every day, just relentlessly. It's a major arcana, this one. I think it's the first one that's shown up. Yes, it is. So she's going to be busy trying to make fetch happen. Very public, very high profile, trying to make a success of her life. But of course we have the Nine of Wands in reverse as our underlying energy, so good luck with that. But it's travel as well. the world. So we might see or hear that she's traveling a lot this coming year as part of her day-to-day life. I don't know how far you have to travel with jam in order to sell it, but we know she's off to Colombia. There's going to be a lot of international traveling around in the United States. Of course, there's a big election coming up. She might show up at things like that, try and insert herself into things like that. But this is part of the daily grind. So this is trying to make herself successful. The world means completion, means successful attainment of a specific goal. And as I say, jam obviously high on the agenda. Might be some sort of political thing on her agenda as well. We'll have to look at all of that again. Alas, marriage, 7th house. The Tower. It is the Tower. It is the Tower in reverse. So I think a mad scramble. It's a divorce card. It's a classic divorce card, the Tower. It's one of those situations where you wake up one morning and there's a note on the table, you know, I've gone, sign these papers. I didn't see it coming kind of an idea because it's sudden. But it's a catastrophe. It's the whole house of cards coming down, the Tower. In reverse, to me, I think there's a scramble on to try and prevent it from happening to her. I don't think she's the instigator in this. I'm not getting that energy at the moment. Whenever I read on this beautiful relationship, I get that he's the one that's out the door. Both feet out the door, really. She's doing her absolute best to prevent this from happening, and I know it's her energy because I've got the 9 of Wands in reverse there, and that is somebody who's really blow after blow after blow, and at some stage they do collapse, just like this Tower is going to collapse. She can try her damnedest to prevent this marriage from failing, but it's going to fail. Tower. Change. 8th house. Transformation. It's also the taxman, but Queen of Wands in reverse. She's going to lose her power, our Queen of Wands. She's been very powerful. She's seemed to have been able to silence vast swathes of social media, the British press, the American press. She seems to be able to get people on sides, very important people, influential people. She's losing that in the next 12 months. That power that she has had, an insane amount of power. Phone ITV and get Piers Morgan sacked instantaneously. Tried the same with Jeremy Clarkson. He was just the only thing that was keeping, is it Apple alive? Or was it Amazon? I don't know, can't remember. But didn't quite succeed. Losing her control possibly over the media, losing her ability to spin the PR, could also be losing her control over has-been, because has-been's energy is out the door in this reading. Weakened, angry, screaming banshee energy, Queen of Wands in reverse for me as an energy reader. Still dangerous, in fact possibly even more dangerous, because going to be more angry, more out of control. She could spiral out of control with this situation in the 8th house. 9th house is travel, among the many things it signifies, but I'm most interested in her royal tours, including Colombia and wherever else. 2 of Swords in reverse, not going to go very well, and it could be because the partnership is actually split in this case. It's the card of crossroads and decision time, reluctance to make decisions in reverse. Very difficult decisions forced on her that she doesn't want to make, forced down a certain path she might not want to go down. She might not be touring to places that she really wants to go to, difficult places, even possibly dangerous places. In that card, she might have to travel on her own, her partner in crime. And I don't use that term intentionally as actual criminals. It's a descriptive term. Her partner in crime might just say, no, I'm not interested. You go by yourself. You made that choice. You made that bed. You lie in it. I'm not interested. It's not going to go well, whatever happens. Ill-advised, Two of Swords in reverse. Decisions that are forced, rushed, not thought through properly. For me, energetically, that's coming through. So she might make some strategic errors in the places she travels to, the people she hangs out with, supports. All of that stuff might come back to bite her at some stage. Lacking guidance somehow, that's coming through for me. This is the huge card. She really wants it. She wants to be public. She wants to be, I think this is more political energy. So as I say, we're going to have to read on that again. So her high profile status or low profile status, depending on how things are going, whether it's as a jam maker or as a political candidate or whatever, influencer, I got the Three of Wands in reverse, not happening. It's her hopes are failing. She's put this idea out there, hoped it would spread, expand, grow. She's waiting for wonderful things to happen, that huge billionaire investor to come along and float the boat. The boat sinks. Three of Wands in reverse. It is lost in a storm. It's very disappointing. Whatever she's hoping for is not going to prosper. It's going to, in fact, do the opposite of prospering. So her hopes and dreams, friendships, things like that. 11th house. Six of Swords in reverse. And what a terrible reading this is, I just have to say. This is not able to float ideas. Swords are ideas, are words, I think so, things that she's hoping that she might pretend to feel passionate about, because in my opinion the only thing she feels passionate about is Pentacles, but she does a reasonable job of trying to persuade us otherwise, like the 40 by 40 thing, which lasted an afternoon and was never heard of again. It could be something like this parent support group, this online support group they've just launched, the Parkles, with that CBS interview today, Sunday, as I'm doing this reading. Not going to fly. Six of Swords is rising above, sort of lift off, leaving your troubles behind, your conflicts and sorrows behind. Very similar to the Eight of Cups energy, but it's more about the realm of ideas. You've maybe been in conflict, at odds with people, and now you go into a more peaceful time. The card is in the reverse. So a lot of conflict around what she's trying to do, possibly conflict even with her friends, and not being able to reach that happier place. So I think there is, just in terms of her friend group, whatever that friend group is, they all seem transactional relationships as far as I can tell. She's not going to be getting to the place where she wants to be, which I think is best buds with Gwyneth Paltrow and Cameron Diaz. The 12th house, mental health issues, secrets, hidden stuff. I got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Children, hidden. They're going to carry on hidden. Although we promised that they would be at Whistler. So children, very much coming through here in reverse, hidden children. Mystery around the children still. What else is in that Page of Pentacles? It's also negotiations, deals, things like that. So there might be some rather secret deals that are going on behind closed doors that we don't know about. Negotiations, settlements. Could even have to do with this card, the Tower card, which to me is absolutely horrific for the state of the marriage. And it could be that behind closed doors there's a settlement being thrashed out, and that one of the serious issues in that settlement is the custody of these mysterious children that she has in this reading. And in my opinion, and according to the energy of these cards, little or no connection with. That's the birthday reading. And wow is all I can say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.